So in our previous video, we talked about the accommodation response, the lead and lag of accommodation, and how to measure them using objective and subjective methods. We also went into the depths of the dynamic retinoscopy. Today we'll talk about the accommodation facility. So what exactly is meant by accommodation facility? Imagine yourself sitting at a window working on your laptop. So you're focusing at intermediate distance. You can also focus at something near, maybe a book which is kept closer to you than the laptop. And also, if there's something interesting going outside the window, you can quickly turn towards the window and look at it as well. So, the speed and the flexibility with which your eye is changing its focus between the distant object and the near object and an intermediate distance object indicates the flexibility of accommodation system, and that is known as accommodation facility. All right, so it is a measure of how quickly the accommodation system can respond to the changes in the stimulus. All right, so let's see how to identify the accommodation in facility and how to measure accommodative facility. So here you need some target. You can use 8 specific targets for the patient, and you're going to use these flipper lenses. The flipper lenses basically are a pair of lenses, so one for each eye. So here you are going to have plus lenses and then minus lenses. So 2 plus and 2 minus lenses, one for each eye. So you ask the patient to read out aloud the target that the patient sees. This has to be at the habitual working distance of the patient. Now, why are you telling the patient to call out the numbers in the letters? Because this will ensure active accommodation. Sometimes kids will just be looking at it and not really accommodating. And to ensure accommodation, you have to ask them to read it out aloud. Now, you put these flipper lenses in front of the patient and quickly flip them. So at one point, you are putting the plus lenses in front of both the eyes, and as you flip this flipper lenses, you are going to put minus lenses in front of the eye. So this way, you are going to analyze the accommodative facilities in cycles per minute. So let me talk about it in a little bit more detail. Okay, here the importance is that you're using alternating lenses, that is plus or minus 2 diopters. Now, as you're putting plus and minus lenses, you have to remember that the minus lenses stimulate accommodation, plus lenses relax accommodation. This is very, very important. And you have to remember that we are not really changing the power of the lens here. Okay, as we are testing, we are not changing the power of the lens. The lens power is not increased in every cycle. The lens power remains constant during the test. Typically, we are using plus or minus 2 diopter flippers. The patient is going to alternate between the plus lenses and the minus lens in each cycle. That means we are challenging the accommodative system to relax and stimulate its accommodation repeatedly. Okay, so we are going to just give the same stimulus, but we are actually changing the speed of the stimulus. So we are testing the patient's ability and the speed of adjusting to minor changes in accommodative demands. So the change in accommodation is going to be the same, plus or minus 2, either stimulating or relaxing accommodation, but we are doing it really rapidly, right? All right. So here the number of cycles, and one cycle is 1 plus lens and 1 minus lens. And the number of cycles that the patient can basically clear in 1 minute, that is your accommodation facility, right? So the purpose of this test is to evaluate the flexibility of the accommodative system and not the amplitude of accommodation or range. So when we talk about accommodative facility, remember the speed of accommodation, the flexibility of accommodation, and in other words, the adaptability of the accommodative system of a patient. So the normal values of accommodative facility in adults, usually say 18 to 35 years of age, monocularly it is 11 plus or minus 5 cycles per minute. That means you can flip the lenses about 11 times plus or minus 5 um, in this patient before the patient is going to start having problems with the blurring of vision. And binocular facility is 8 plus or minus 5 cpm. Similarly, in children, monocular facility will be 7 and binocular will be 5 plus and minus 2 cycles per minute. You can see that the monocular facility is slightly higher as it doesn't involve the contamination by virgins. So either you can carry out the test or you can give the flippers to the patient. You can make him look at the target. You can ensure that there's an overhead lamp over here, and the patient keeps on flipping these lenses, and the number of times he flips will be the cycle. So 1 plus and 1 minus. So that is one flip is one cycle. All right, so what is the clinical utility over here? So here basically the patient, if he has any problem with his accommodative facility, The chief complaint would be that it becomes difficult to focus for near activities after distance viewing and vice versa. So this is the chief complaint that the patient comes to you with. And this helps you diagnosing the accommodative dysfunctions and also assesses the fatigue in fatigue basically after prolonged near work, example computer vision syndrome. So in all these patients who are having such complaints, you can test their accommodative facility. So this was your flipper test. Apart from that, we have another test which works on the similar principle, and that test is a near far test. So in the near far test, again you have two stimuli. One is at near and one is at far. So the near one will be at the habitual distance of the patient. The far one is going to be on the wall 6 meters. So you occlude one eye and then you use a distant wall chart and a near chart. Here you are basically going to ask the patient to alternate their focus between the letters on the wall and the near chart. So here you don't have to introduce the flippers. You're just asking the patient to look alternatively at the distance chart and at the near chart, and the patient has to actually read them, not just look at them, because that will ensure that the patient is actually actively accommodating, right? And you keep on doing this till 30 seconds on every eye. Okay, so monocularly 30 seconds and then you do it binocularly. So 30 seconds for right eye, 30 seconds for left eye, and then 30 seconds binocularly. So what are you measuring over here? Again, you are measuring the accommodative facility in cycles per minute. And here one cycle is 2 jumps. That means one cycle is focusing on the far, from far to near, and again from near to far is one cycle. So complete circle. Ask the patient to look at the far object, then focus at the near object, then again focus at the far object. That is your one cycle. So what are the normal values? A minimum of 15 cycles per minute monocularly is normal, and a minimum of 12 cycles per minute binocularly is normal. Alright, so this was regarding the far near test and the facility of accommodation. So in the flipper test, we were using the flippers basically because we were inducing or we were stimulating or relaxing the accommodation as an examiner. But in the near far test, if your patient is a grown up and they can carry out this test, you don't have to induce the accommodation or relax the accommodation. Here you just give them targets on which they have to look or focus at, and by doing so the patient is himself or herself altering the accommodative demand. Alright, so that finishes the accommodative facility. My goal was to simplify some key concepts, and if you found it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future updates and notification. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.